Slash, your horror movie podcast. You're in a Midian.
Welcome back, Slash. Waterboy is going to tell you what we're doing this week. But before he does that, follow us on all our platforms: Facebook, YouTube, X. I was going to say Twitter, but I stopped myself, but I said it anyways because I'm that friggin' out of control. We're on everything, guys, and we love posting content, especially Justin. He's a little maniac when it comes to that stuff. Let's go. Yeah. Waterboy, what are we watching this week?
So this week we were doing Clive Barker's 1990s Nightbreed. And Clive Barker is a big guy in the horror, especially for me, because, I mean, come on, I'll put that in the frame here, the worst camera. I love Hellraiser, and he's the maker of that, and it's awesome. It's an awesome little ride. If you're up for this kind of thing.
Dude, there's so many nods to Hellraiser in this movie. Did you catch when the cop calls the priest a pinhead?
Yeah.
Completely, there was no need for that kind of
at all.
Yeah. It just, where did that come from? And then there's the fat guy that has the arms that come out of his belly.
Yeah.
There's a scene when he's like, I've got an extra set of hands. And he's like, what? And he's like, watch this. And he just goes, Daddy.
Wait, I thought this was a Hellraiser sequel. Isn't this like Hellraiser? I thought this was Hellraiser Part 12. This is a standalone movie?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was different. It was from the Book of Cabal.
Cabal.
They also have Doug Bradley in this as well, who was Pinhead in Hellraiser. So.
And like the whole entire special effects team, like so many people involved in this movie were involved in the Hellraisers. Like I was looking through some of the shit, and like, yeah, it's very Hellraiser-ish.
You know what it is they were shot side by side, and to save money, they were just like, hey guys, come over here.
Hey, can we get the Cenobites to be Nightbreed?
Yeah, we got Frosting over here. Let's go.
Yep, let's go play in this graveyard.
My expectation rating going into this, because it has been on my watch list. This cover intrigues me like no other. I was expecting very big things for this. I would say I'd give it a 7.5 as an expectation.
That's pretty much what mine was too, because it's been a while since I've seen it, and I remember enjoying it when I was a lot younger for my first watch. But we'll definitely get into what I think now.
Justin's expectation rating, because this is a Waterboy picked movie, was probably like a 0.01.
Well, that's the problem here for me. So I expected it to be like an 8, because I've heard this movie for a million years. I actually got it confused when we first picked it. I thought it was like Near Dark. I don't know why I was picturing a different movie. I'm like, oh my God, I love it. But then I was like, oh yeah, wait, Waterboy picked this. So I should probably lower up my expectation rating. Very glad that I watched this.
All right, let's kick this off, Justin.
All right, let's go. Let's suspend belief and take a dip into the world of Midian, the place where monsters go. One might call it a purgatory of sorts. I had no clue I was going to say that. Anyway, let's go. So,
very poetic.
That was
where the hell did that come from? Anyway, let's go. Right away, I knew I was in for a trip, because there's like a 2-minute opening credit scene, and right away I'm like, oh, this is all Waterboy, because there is just like the creepiest cave paintings and spiders and snakes and slithery shit and insane, very disturbing imagery on the walls. And then we just we get creatures running right away towards like a gate. You see like a devil, so I already wrote like holy Hellraiser shit. There's like a porcupine girl. I don't even know what's happening. There is just some crazy monsters running through a few. And then, you know what? Cue Biggie. It was all a dream. Boom. We meet Boone and Lori. He wakes up sweating. And he's basically talking about how his dreams are getting better. He's feeling pretty healthy. And you know what? He even kind of likes the dream. And then the doctor calls and is like, yo, we need to see you like right away, man. We got an emergency. And he's like, I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty good. He's like, no, yo, we gotta talk. Like, this is an emergency. So, out of nowhere, we cut to just a family of 3, and all of a sudden, like, I don't even know what's going on. This is a family, and like you see the mom like goes to the fridge, and all of a sudden she shuts the fridge, and freaking Corey Taylor from Slipknot is right behind her, and all of a sudden, like, I picture he's gonna sing "Way to Bleed" or something, but well, you wait, and there will be blood out of nowhere. Corey Taylor new mask. If you listen to Slipknot, this mask clearly has to be based off this. This guy's the creepiest mask.
100%.
He ends up.
I thoroughly love this mask. I love it.
It's a
Awesome.
perfect creepy mask,
Dude,
dude.
it was so scary. And even like talking about Slipknot real fast, like Slipknot's last mask I thought was atrocious. When Corey Taylor went to this mask, I did not know about Nightbreed. Well, I've heard of it, but I never saw it. It's the best mask ever. So, and then you see this Corey Taylor guy, he ends up killing the dad, and this poor kid's watching the whole entire time. He turns to the kid, and luckily we cut away, so we can just leave that up to the imagination.
Can I ask you guys a question real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I watched this movie like 4 or 5 times leading up to this.
I'm
What
sorry.
the fuck is Corey Taylor shutting off on the wall? Because it's like he shuts off light switches before he goes in for the dad kill, but there's no lights that get shut off around him. Is he like turning down the heat to piss him off?
Yeah, I think
it was touching the thermostat for sure.
Yeah. Definitely touching the thermostat.
Honestly, no. Some of these serial killers and their temperature control, they're very, very picky people. Like you can't even get into a mind of them. Like,
actually, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb because I listen to a lot of true crime shit. If he is touching the thermostat to like turn it all the way down to put on the AC, or like turn it all the way up to put on the heat, that fucks with the time of death, like hardcore. So maybe he actually was touching the thermostat. Now that we're joking about it,
and it's hot in that mask.
That does affect, like how that your body starts to exactly. Yeah. The more we could just be trying to look too deep into this because a lot of this movie I feel just made no sense at all. So,
I still don't know what I watched.
We're like a 2-hour long movie and we're ranting about thermostats.
Yeah, like all right, let's fucking get going here. All right, so we meet the doctor. This doctor is grilling him. He's asking him like, "What is that weird place that you talked about?" And he says his name is Midian. He basically tells him like he thinks that he might be accidentally killing people, and he says that like 6 families have been killed in 10 months, and you've described the murders like in your dreams like perfectly. You should probably go to the police.
Gives him 24 hours.
Yeah, he tells him like you have 24 hours to go to the police, and he also just gives him a bunch of pills. Boone leaves, takes the pills. You get a really weird scene where he's like burning passports and stuff, and next you know he's hallucinating, seeing himself having sex. He's at a concert. You see his girlfriend, Lori's a singer. This dude has a panic attack and freaking out and ends up leaving. Lori's looking for him. What the hell's going on? We flash forward to the emergency room, and he's basically telling the doctor, you see him, he's dude's cold sweats, just freaking out. He's like, "Oh, I took lithium from my doctor," and they're like, "No, man, this is a hallucinogenic. Like, you had a bad trip." And while he's in there, he hears someone like begging to be brought to Midian. And Boone is like, "Wait, what?" He's freaking out. He's looking at this crazy guy. And he's like, "What did you say?" And he's like, "Midian. It's the place where the monsters go." And all of a sudden they're talking and like, "We could go together." And this guy is just like,
"Wait, does he have a name?"
It's a test. Narcissi.
I was gonna say they all have names, but I don't understand the names.
I literally watched this a few times and I tried taking notes. And I every time I watched it, I was like, "What is this dude's name?" But the platform that I watched it on, every time I rewound it, it gave me another ad to watch. And eventually I was like, "I'm fucking done. He will remain nameless."
Yeah, I have him as nameless crazy guy. And
here we go.
Same
Perfect.
thing. He's like, "We'll go together. This is the test. I need to show you my real face. I need to show you my real face." And this dude cuts and starts like half scalps himself and starts peeling like his face back. Absolute disgusting Waterboy shit right here.
Like hands of skin to him. It's like,
yeah, it's like, oh. As the doctor shows up and you see Boone getting the hell out of there, he kind of looks at the doctor and Boone pieces out while the doctor goes to question the crazy guy who just scalps himself. And we see Boone just driving to, well, he's looking to find Midian, and he finds something. It looks like he finds it. He finds an abandoned cemetery. And visually, right away, I thought this was really cool looking. I thought just
it was visually stunning.
The cemetery is pretty awesome.
Just love it. Like looks like there's like almost mountains in the background. It's in the middle of nowhere, big field. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. Hey, Hollywood, take notes.
Dude, yeah, I love big cemeteries like this. Fucking love them.
Awesome. Visually awesome. He goes in there. He's getting a little tired. He decides to, rest, falls asleep, wakes up with the dog licking his face. All of a sudden, there's like some shirtless dude running around with a dog. What is happening? He turns around. I don't know these guys' names. I'm going to call him Chinhead. There is a guy who has a chin as a head, so I call him Chinhead. And there's another crazy-looking monster guy. I call him Pelotron. Something like that. Whatever. I don't know what's going on.
You going to, ride him on a bike? Is he a Peloton?
Peloton.
So we got Chinhead and Peloton. And basically Peloton tells him, like, this is all true, but you're meat. I smell innocence. You're not Nightbreed. You're natural.
Your meat.
Boone says, I'm not innocent. I've killed 15 people. Peloton says, like, they lied to you.
Yeah, whoever told you that's a liar.
Yeah, you're a liar. And he's like, no, man, I killed, like, he's like, no, you're meat. And then this Peloton dude looks hungry. He is stopping. I don't know how good the food service is in Midian, but apparently they need meat. And Chinhead's like, dude, don't eat him. It's against the law. And Peloton is just like, fuck the law. I want meat. And he goes
like that crazy.
Yeah. and he
whip
bites
my hand
Boone.
back and forth.
He bites him. Boone punches him in the face and runs. And we got to run through Midian. Meanwhile, when does this happen? There's like, you see some visually, like, just, there's like people drumming on walls. There's a weird music going on. I don't know what is happening. He bumps into Chinhead, and Chinhead's like, yo, save yourself, go that way. And he does. He saves himself thanks to Chinhead. And as he walks on, all of a sudden it walks out. He's into the field. He gets the lights on him, and all of a sudden we see the police and the doctors right there. And says basically, like, don't move. The doctor says, I'll go talk to him. He goes out there. He goes up to him, and he yells, he's got a gun. And next thing you know, they just
fucking light him up.
Unload on this dude. And
not even like hesitation. Like
none.
His hands weren't reaching anywhere. Any cop looking at him should have like paid attention. And that doctor just nonchalantly walked up and was like, hey, I killed him all.
Yeah.
Don't worry. And then he turns around and he goes, he's got a gun. Ah!
Yeah,
could you imagine if he got angry and started yelling?
Crazy, like, fire squad. Absolutely insane. So all of a sudden now Boone's dead. I'm like, what is happening? I did not expect that. I still have no clue what's going on. And you kind of see this doctor's a piece of shit. He's talking to Lori back at like a place where there's an autopsy and saying how like everyone's got a secret side and like what is he up to. You see him in the autopsy. This dude is riddled with bullets. They're recording his death and say, oh, he's got a bite mark of some kind of animal. They all leave for a second. They come back and the body is gone. He is missing. What is happening? We see Lori driving to go find Midian, and she stops at a bar. She asks, where's Midian? And like the bartender's like, oh, everyone's looking for them now. The news reporters are going up there, all the stuff. She ends up finding a woman who says basically she'll go with her in the morning. And as the bar scene closes, we go to the next morning and we passing it off to Sean.
Dude, that bar scene, I don't know what's going on. This lady is clearly there to try and get some action with the locals, but can't find any, but refuses to leave. So she lights a cigarette, tells her newfound friend to go to bed, and that she'll wake her up in the morning because she's probably not going to go to sleep because she's going to ride someone's hose dragon. And it wakes her up, offers to drive her to the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, if some stranger was like, hey, I will drive you to the graveyard. Just let me get some, some woo-hoo, and then we'll do it in the morning. I'd be like, I'm going on my own.
There was no need for this bar scene at all.
Like, dude, I was questioning that too. I'm like, there's no way she just became friends with this woman in like 10 seconds, and she's like, yeah, I'll drive you to this place.
Way too much character building with this chick just to kill her off.
What are you crying? What are you crying for? Is it man and money?
And then they do. They get to the graveyard, and like, she's like, yeah, here's your shit. All right, so now we are back to the graveyard, and our main man, Aaron Boone, is being shown around because he's back to life while being threatened to rip a faceless man's face off. Like this guy right here. Sorry, I hit my mic.
Oh, shit, you got him, yep.
Yeah. We get introduced to Midian, and they're sharing dreams that have been dreamt around a boiling cauldron. A round of applause, please, as Aaron is accepted. Unlike the drink being served at Cheryl at the diner. Oh, wow. Dude, this movie, Waterboy, I'm just, what the fuck did I watch? I don't even know.
You're welcome, dude.
Yeah. All right. So the girls drive up to where Boone was unjustifiably shot like a bajillion times. And he was hunted down like it was a Halloween 4 spinoff where Michael Myers just gets destroyed at the end of the movie. Curtis pulls up to Cheryl Ann's surprise. And we as an audience already know that Curtis is actually Decker. Now, Curtis is the man that Cheryl spent last night with. You know, that hose teaser. Laurie is wandering around on her own when she comes across what looks like a dying Star Wars creature. This thing is just scary looking, and it's like cowering in the sun, and it's crying. And then out of fucking nowhere, dude, we have a woman pleading for her life to be brought back into the crypt in the graveyard. While this animal like rapidly grows and heals once it goes into the crypt, we see that it's a full-grown child. And then the lady inside the crypt reveals that her name is Rachel and she owes her one. I'm going to stop my notes right there. If a stranger in a crypt is begging me to bring this dying fucking creature that's sizzling in the sun like I'm getting a fajita platter at fucking Chili's, I'm running. I am turning around and I am the fuck out of there.
You're in a graveyard, bitch. Who the fuck?
Not just in a graveyard. It's not like I bumped into you because you're visiting grandpa or fucking, Aunt Lucy or something. No, you're in a graveyard in a crypt, refusing to come out, hiding in the dark. This is where horror movies are made. Sorry.
Red flag.
Please bring her to me.
There's so many fucking red flags in the scene. You'd think it was on sale.
Oh my god.
All right, so now Laurie gets told to leave because what's below must remain below. She refuses and heads downstairs anyways before being frightened back up top by Peliquin. Laurie gets to the car and she finds clothes everywhere. Like Curtis, a.k.a. Decca, and Sherry had another good time. But instead, she realizes there's blood on the window. She wanders now looking for Cheryl, like a smart person would, instead of like getting out of there, because clearly something happened that you don't want to find out. You need to call the cops. She decides to, wander around. She's going to take a look, only to find her beaten and stabbed and hung on a tree. This was a great setup for her to find out. I thought it was very well done. She's then greeted at knife point by the main member of Slipknot, a.k.a. Corey Taylor. Surprise! Corey Taylor isn't the lead singer. It's actually the Dr. Decker, because he's got the zipper part undone. Like you can hear his voice, and his voice instantly makes this character not scary. And then he finger fucks his mouth and pulls off the mask. Yeah, only to put it back on to chase her. So we get a cat and mouse chase that begins while Boone is being forced to watch from a distance. He breaks free and he runs topside to fight Decker. He tries to stab him, but it's no good. Decker gets away, though, because Boone stays to protect Laurie because he hears her scream in the background. Boone must now answer for breaking the laws of Midian. Decker, though, ends up at a local crazy man's junkyard Christmas light emporium. He calls for backup on a phone that doesn't work. Decker leaves for band rehearsals, though, but not before killing the old man. Laurie is in the catacombs of Midian, getting the rundown from Rachel. She says they're shapeshifters, and they're all unique. Babbitt gives Laurie a flashback scene that is definitely, I think, something that probably happens every time Waterboy picks a movie. There's people getting their heads chopped off. There's a guy in a diaper with the 13 Ghost Cage mask on.
Yep.
There's lots of whips and chains, and it looks like film rolls flapping in the distance.
It's a Rihanna song.
Yeah. The blood, the gore. I think the practical effects were amazing though. That scene and the skulls and the fire in the pit, just like a live action scene of Mortal Kombat used to introduce Scorpion. Decker now decides it's Christmas time and he's feeling, jingling all the way. So he wraps the old man in Christmas lights to interrogate him about the Nightbreed. He's not getting the answers he wants, or he does get the answers he wants. I'm not sure because I really didn't know what the hell he was poking and prodding for, but he decides to kill him and move on. So Laurie continues to wander below now, looking for Boone. She sees all sorts of creatures in her travels, a warthog playing the drums on the wall, giant man baby with boobs, freaky creatures with insect eyes. These creatures need to be seen to be believed. Waterboy, this is definitely a free agent pool of people waiting to become Cenobites.
Yes,
I'm fully sure. This is
it's like Cenobite purgatory.
Yeah, when the Cenobites are all right, time to dip into free agency. What do we got out there? Oh, wide receiver. Cool. Let's take Chinhead.
Yep. Shithead. I love it. Yeah. Let's ride the Pelotron.
Yeah. And there's like a lot of people, like there's the chick with like the what's the Cinnabite where she like has the ripped
The
open
throat-
throat where she smokes.
throat
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's one that kind of looks like her in this Nightbreed section. Like, is this like the transition? Like, I don't know.
People just need to go see. Like, you got to see this because, like, we can't even like. Even when I wrote my notes, I'm like, I shouldn't even try to describe this. Like, just go watch the movie to see.
I honestly believe that Clive Barker, spent most of his life on drugs.
Probably.
And this is what happens when you take LSD every
and you drink
single
too
day.
much liquid before a podcast, and you got to go pee again.
Yeah, that typically.
I honest to God think that people that listen to the podcast and don't watch it and don't see him get up and like walk away, fully think that we just like talking about Justin going pee.
Yeah, probably.
Just don't talk.
Oh my god! I'm like, shit. Did I freak? My bad.
All right. Now that Justin is done going pee, Decker decides he's going to talk to Detective Joyce and Captain Iggerman. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Iggerman, about Boone still being alive. Decker is trying to sell Midian as being a place of evil, ready for bloodshed, and they're breeding underground. They're living under the cemetery. Laurie is being warned now not to go any further. She's told there's like berserkers down there and they'll rip her head off and they'll shit down her neck. I feel like I've heard that line somewhere before.
You've definitely heard that line. I'm going to rip off your head and shit down your neck.
I swear to God, I can't put my finger on it, but I know we've covered that movie and we've mentioned that line somewhere before.
Oh my
Justin,
had to been a Waterboy movie.
Dig into your memory banks right now. It's somewhere.
That's a line from Duke Nukem, though. I know
it's
that.
In there somewhere.
Yeah. She finally goes down with like ignoring everyone's warnings, but she does find Boone, who comes out of like some crazy, like mummified half mummy looking statue with green eyes that looks like it's the Temple Run from when we were kids on Nickelodeon. But yeah, go ahead.
You have a baseball hat on, right? That's a baseball team.
Yeah.
You a baseball fan still?
Yeah.
Dude, did the name of this character annoy you? Just real fast. Like
Aaron Boone. Yeah.
Like
every time I wrote it, I just kept hearing like a home run hit.
Dude, I was gonna say, like, I used to be the most diehard baseball fan ever, and obviously we're from Massachusetts, so we're the Boston Red Sox, and I literally just picture that Game 7 home run in 2003 that I think I might have. I'm not gonna lie, I actually did cry because it was against. We don't need to talk about it. It was against Tim Wakefield. Rest in peace. I don't want to cry, but yeah. Anyway, sorry, Yankees, Aaron Boone. I just had to get it off of my chest because it was like really like I was like getting angry every time I said his name. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good. All right, so they begin to make their way up top. Laurie makes Boone leave the cemetery. Although he doesn't want to, he tries telling her like he can't, but they leave anyways, and they make their way back to the motel where Boone says he smells blood. Where Decker is all right. Let me start over. I got a little thrown off, even though it's just my last paragraph. All right. They begin making their way back up top. Laurie, making their way back up top.
I'm like, what? I'm like, I didn't even understand the words that just happened.
No, what's going on?
I'm like, back up top.
What, are you confused by this movie?
Yes. Dude, my note taking, it doesn't even say they begin. It says they begin.
Then begin.
He's like, back on top. I thought you just turned into Pelotron. I was like, holy shit,
Laurie and Boone make their way up top. Laurie's insistent that they're getting ready to leave. Boone says he can't, although she makes him leave. And then we go back to the hotel where apparently this chick is like intentionally dropping a dessert all over the floor and makes a mess. And I've never seen someone pick up a dessert that is one piece in multiple pieces.
Yeah,
this scene drove me nuts.
That's a time-wasting practice for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So she's screaming for this dude, Arnie. The whole time she's on the phone, it's a mess, dude. And while she's down there picking up this one piece of dessert in several pieces, this is like a child throwing a fit that just doesn't. He's trying to prove a point to you that doesn't want to pick something up. You know what I mean? She sees a set of feet. And she goes, Arnie. And she picks her head up and she realizes it's not Arnie. It's just Decker checking into the motel with Arnie's head as collateral. Boone and Laurie now show up, and Boone doesn't trust it. He says there's no one there. He wonders where they all are. She says they're at the rodeo, but he says he smells blood. So Laurie hastily opens her door and says, we're good. There's nothing's going on. Boone stays out in the hallway as Laurie's freshening up. She sees this hole in the wall, and she goes to look through it. And as her eye gets closer, she sees that everyone over there is fucking slaughtered. So she calls out to Boone, and she says, next door. So he opens the door, and he sees just mayhem. These guys were clearly drinking whiskey and having a good time playing some cards, and they are all dead. Like, gross. So Boone goes in, and he transforms into Moon. He's no longer Boone, he's Moon, because these things rhyme, and I'm talking on a dime.
Great job, the Moon.
And he does this thing, dude, where like he gives into like his inner beast and he rubs his fingers in the blood. And instead of just like seeing how it tastes, he does this thing that it's disturbing. He picks it up and he's like, it's like his taste buds are in the back of his fucking throat. Oh. He goes third knuckle deep.
He's rubbing his
you have 1, 2, 3 knuckles in your finger, and he's going, all right, this is a 3 knuckler. You go all the way back. He starts licking his fingers, and it goes right into fucking Waterboy's turn.
Let's go, Waterboy. Take us home.
So
explain this movie to me, please.
It's very easy to explain by not explaining it. But
60% of the time, it works every time.
All right, so we get Boone taken into custody, and he gets beat to shit by the deputy who looks like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. And also, we see a randomly drunk priest in this.
This man puts on a leather glove like he's going to, insert his hand somewhere. And then almost immediately takes it off to light the cigar that he's not holding in between his fingers, to then leave it in his mouth to put the fucking glove back on. Why take the glove off?
He was confused. It's very hard to.
You know who else is confused? To me.
Listen, being a deputy is very stressful. Okay.
He's the sheriff.
I can't even wait for Sean's ranking. The stuff that pissed Sean off in this movie is so funny.
We see a randomly drunk priest in a cell next to him. Dr. Decker wanting to head to Midian with the officers. Kip has a press conference for what's been going on in the town. A doctor goes in to check on Boone within the cell and realizes that he's actually dead. The chief sends some of the officers out to check out Midian in the meantime, and Detective Joyce joins with them.
Real quick, this press conference, this sheriff, tell me he's not Bill Belichick.
Right? Everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah, we solved the murder. And they're like, wait, Aaron Boone? He's like, yeah, we solved the murder.
Yeah,
he's like the guy that just got riddled with bullets and is dead, and he's like, yeah, we solved the murder.
What are you talking about?
Yep. Yeah, we're on to the next one.
Exactly. Gave him nothing. Yeah, we solved that.
Get out of my fucking building.
And then he goes into the back and he's like, did you just tell me that we caught Aaron Boone in a cell? The same guy that just got shot 50 cent times? He's like, yeah, he's still alive.
Kicking open a door, they pull out this guy's name, Onaka, and starts burning in the sun before exploding.
He was just mad because they didn't knock on Onaka's door.
It was Onaka.
Oh my god! How do you guys know these guys' names,
dude? I had to look. I'm
just trusting Waterboy that he's right,
dude. I didn't know who each person was, so I had a deep dive.
Yeah,
it was horrible. Before exploding and realizing that the sun is a weakness to some. Narcissi and Rachel then torch the police car and start heading to get Laurie and Boone for the war between monsters and naturals.
Stop you right there.
Oh my god, Sean.
Is this the part where they blow up the police car?
Yes.
They blow up this fucking police car, and instead of like figuring something out, he calls over the other people to come see it. So clearly this has been on fire for a little while.
Gosh.
How does he roll down the window and then use the walkie-talkie?
I'm dying.
He pulls it out of the fucking driver's side window while everything's on fire and burning like crazy. He goes, "They lit the car on fire. Send backup."
It's hot.
It's hot.
Fire is hot.
It doesn't affect the radio.
It's flame retardant.
Oh my god.
It's a good thing Macy sprayed this with some deer antler shit.
Oh
Goddamn octopuses and shit.
my god.
Make me a sandwich.
We have lost the plot of this podcast as well as this movie.
Wait, there's a plot?
Oh god. So Kip recruits the priest to try and get
Dude, it's a train wreck.
Kip recruits the priest to try and get God on their side.
Because you don't believe in hell.
They also get got. They also go.
Oh my god.
They also go to get gear up and probably the most decked out weapons room imaginable for a small station, complete with 50 caliber machine guns and Tommy guns with grenades and the whole shebang.
This fucking police station has enough ammunition to start a fucking war, but they've got 3 people on their payroll.
Oh my god.
Who do they need that for?
This is more than a military. This is and the awkward garrote wire with the officer almost getting off, licking the little wire. Pretty sure they didn't do a psych evaluation on that guy.
No, because they have to hire their fucking stepbrother's aunt's cousin because there's 8 people in this goddamn town and they're all at the rodeo.
All right, let's get through this. Let's deep breaths, everyone. We got this. We got this.
They also recruit.
We're almost there.
They also recruit all the country supporters in the area. If you got a trigger finger, come join the fight.
Without hesitation. Without hesitation. There is
What'd you
more
say?
people
What'd you
armed
say?
up and ready to go in pickup trucks and lifted Chevys than I've ever seen in any other horror movie in my entire life. Michael Myers laid waste to an entire fucking town and he only got 3 cars. They don't even know what they're fighting in this. It's just some rumor that there's sex going on underneath the cemetery and the entire town's on board to go shoot it up.
Oh my god.
John boy, they got your wife in there. What'd you say? Gather the boys.
They're not even like being NRA fucking safety precautions and nothing, dude. One guy's got an AK and he's just spraying it in the air like it's fucking Halloween in Detroit in fucking the early 90s.
Oh my god, fucking
Let's
Devil's
go
Night.
Let's go kill these monsters.
Fire it up. Fire
There's
it up.
something in the barn when he's like, y'all can't just run around and go shooting everything. What is this, Detroit? This is what he's talking about.
Oh my god.
Continue, I'm sorry.
Where are we?
Narcissi and Rachel in the police station to get Boone out, and Rachel stops one of the officers with the power of the titty. Headed back, they already set bombs up and tripwire, and one switch blasts Midian. Decker then kills Detective Joyce as well for no reason at all. The fight starts with the truck.
No, I refuse to believe that he is dead. He pulls out the straight edge razor like he's gonna, freshen up his fucking haircut on the back of his neck. And when he slashes at him, bro, he gets his upper shoulder.
He was lining him up, dude.
That slash was ridiculous.
Yeah, that ain't a kill slash. That is now I have an excuse to lay down and not be a part of this slash.
Yeah, he just wanted to leave Midian.
He's not dead. He was like, I am the only black guy in this horror movie right now. I'm about to roll under this truck and wait until it's all over and go home.
And he wasn't the first to die.
All right. How much longer? All right, let's get going. This is under control.
The fight starts with the truck driving in and all hell breaking loose. Dirk commanding them to stay under for protection, but Boone says it's time to fight. Lori falls down.
Send the women and children topside first. What the fuck?
Send them upstairs so that they die before us, so we have time to learn how to fight. Lori falls down in the sanctum, running away from Decker, and sees Rachel's child. And we get a cool shot of Rachel turning to smoke with her hand going through that guy's chest that was about to shoot them. We then get some porcupine titties where she shoots quills up at the officers. Dirk downstairs, it's time to release the berserkers, but he gets shot in the head before he can leave or before he can open them, leaving Boone to release them.
I seen this dude in the movie 1,000 times, and I thought he just had razor blade cuts.
That's what I thought. And then you see
him lean back, and there's fucking eyeballs underneath.
It's weird. What are they looking at, dude?
He looking down the shirt without looking down the shirt. And porcupine titties got him hard as a rock.
Whoo, man. Opening the door, they all run out and they start fucking everybody up. We got a normal man with an RPG who shoots a launcher and blows up a police car instead of hitting the berserkers.
He misses because he shoots a fucking bottle rocket out of that thing.
Yo, how did they get their hands on fucking rocket launchers?
All right, so you know how we talked about Resident Evil last week? These guys found a chest. Yeah, no, actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that, bro. This is Call of Duty Nazi Zombies, and all they did was they hit that mystery chest with them 900 fucking cash points or whatever. Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, dude, give me the ray gun, give me the rocket launcher."
Fuck. We get. Peliquin shows Laurie the prophecy and that Boone was supposed to be their savior. With switch over, he's in one-on-one with Decker with Corey Taylor's mask, and in the final scene, stabs Decker with the sword he put through him, and throwing him off the ledge. Oh, we got my kid in the background.
Why is there an ace of diamonds that is like overly emphatically put through the sword and then stuck to his chest? Like, is there a purpose for this fucking card? Is he playing rummy? Does he have a royal flush? Like, what is going on? Because then he even like it makes it a point to like throw it away like aggressively. Like
he's like,
I know this is based off a book. Is there something in this book that relates to that?
I don't think so, dude. I think.
Does he have like? Is this like a pun? Like, does he have an ace in the hole? Like,
the ace of spades.
No, that's the thing, dude. It wasn't even an ace of spades. It was an ace of diamonds.
I know. Jesus. In the bottom of the refugee.
Where did it come from?
Oh my god.
that is a very good point. But I think they might have had a blackjack table down there.
Did Decker just carry around like playing cards in his jacket? So when he stabbed him and pulled it out,
his name is Decker.
This is the most worked up I've ever seen Sean.
Instead of handing out business cards to come to his fucking fucking psychiatry office or whatever the fuck he is.
Psychotic.
Hey guys.
He
just gives out playing cards.
Here.
He's like, look,
here's my card.
Here's my business card. Please give me a call. They look at it and they're like, this is a jack of clubs. And he's like, you're crazy.
No, it's not. Here, take these pills.
That's my office number, my home number, and my soon to be email.
Here, take this card.
That's
like
my AOL account.
Like when I gave out that professional business card at work the other day and just scribbled our name on it.
Yeah, but yours actually had writing on it. His is just it's laced with psychedelics. So when they touch it with their hands, they're like,
oh yeah. All right, where are we? Did we finish? Was that the last?
Almost.
Scene?
Almost.
Okay.
We're almost there. We're almost at the climax. And the bottom of the and the bottom of the refugee, but Baphomet speaks with them, telling him he has destroyed their home, but it was inevitable, and he is no longer Boone, but Cabal, and must rebuild and protect as the new leader. The priest, fixated, drops the Bible and tries placing his hand into the bowl, and it spills all over his face. Midian then explodes with Boone.
I'm pretty
and
sure
Laurie.
this fucking priest tripped. He tried placing his fingers in that bowl and then slapped the shit out of the edge to spray himself with the liquid.
I don't know, dude. Baphomet opened his eyes and he was pretty fucking pissed that he was trying to put his hand in that bowl. He's like,
no, Baphomet opened his eyes because he was pretty pissed that he just named this dude Cabal as the Lord and Savior of the rest of their people, not knowing that he done sent the women and children out first to get slaughtered.
It was Baphomet's way. Laurie wanting to be with Boone, she stabs herself so that she can get him to turn her like him. Back in what's left of Midian, we see a messed up, been through hell Captain Kip running into what used to be the priest who wants to seek vengeance on them, all for burning them. Cut over to the barn where the rest of the Nightbreed are hiding. We get one last shot of a wall painting of the prophecy with Laurie and Boone. Then we get credits.
Standing like very poetically and clearly posed, like Clive Barker was like, all right, you guys stand, hold each other, look off into the distance, and don't move.
See, I do want to
slowly back away.
I do want to say I don't even know what they were looking at, but it was probably just a bunch of trees. And there was
no. This was clearly a set piece. They were staring up into the rafters to the lighting guy going, thank God it's finally over.
Hey guys,
Hold on, I got a serious question.
Got it.
What was the Rob Zombie looking leader guy? What was his name? The guy that looked like
Dirk.
Dirk.
That was Doug Bradley.
Moses.
How come Dirk was so against so much of the stuff in the beginning? Shouldn't he have known about the prophecy the whole time, like, and been more accepting of, like, shouldn't he have known right away? I feel like,
Well, he was busy looking at Quill Titty.
I was confused. I just felt like he should have known about the prophecy the whole time.
Yeah.
But yet, in the
you think he would know
like,
because he's got 8 total fucking eyes? That
Yeah,
he
was
would have
like-
seen something.
He's still blind, bro.
I feel like Sean should take it away first and give us his thoughts and rating. I feel like Sean.
I think Sean actually liked this movie. I'm gonna say, Sean, you're gonna 8.7.
I'm gonna say he's gonna give it a 9.
I have no idea what the hell was going on in this movie. We talked about this briefly, Justin, but Waterboy. So let me get this straight. The Nightbreed is a different tribe as opposed to humans who live underground because they are shapeshifters. They are far from immortal, correct? Those are exact words that I'm quoting right there.
Yes.
So how does one die, then come back to life as a Nightbreed with not only a human face, but one of these faces back here, one of those crazy things, immune to being stabbed?
He was part werewolf.
He was part werewolf.
They're the
He didn't
undead,
look
bro.
part werewolf. He had like fucking scriptures carved into his face.
Yeah, he was part werewolf god.
No, he was not part werewolf god. He was part Mayan calendar.
He was, yeah.
It just the dialogue in this movie makes no sense.
Hey, but
Zero.
the effects.
Yeah, the FX. Not
Oh my God.
EFFECTS, the FX. Were stunningly
Those creatures.
amazing. I will say that Clive Barker, in his imaginary fucking global fucking whatever's going on in his crazy ass head, does come up
Nobody
with some
knows.
pretty dope looking characters. The shots were amazing. I love the use of the practical effects. My head was everywhere, so I couldn't tell you one thing about the score. I don't even know if they played any words throughout this whole movie with music. I'm still at a loss. I've watched this movie 5-6 times. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Whoa, so you must actually like it then 5 or 6 times. That's crazy.
No, I was trying to understand it. I did this with Smile. I did this with the Thaw. I did
10
this
out
with
of-
the Void.
10 out of 10. I got
What's
it.
your rating? What do you got?
10 out of 10, Justin. What's yours?
All right. So my expectation
All
was a 7.5. Believe it or not, as much as it sounded like I fucking hated this movie, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it because I still don't know what the fuck was going on. I could put this movie on at any point and then just watch it and not give a fuck about the storyline. I give it a solid 7.
Oh, yes.
I don't even understand that.
No,
Yeah, I don't understand my rating
doesn't-
either.
See, it doesn't have to have a story.
No,
I like this movie because of like the weird freaking creatures and all like.
Yeah,
the-
if I
the-
could just
the
shut off
visuals
my
of this movie
brain and
alone,
just watch the movie and shut it off and not pay attention to how they're talking.
like
Or
put
what they're
yourself
talking
in.
about or
in
what
the
they're trying to
Midian,
do.
you know?
Yeah. I just like everything that happens in the Midian. I don't know. It's weird because I feel like the way I trashed this movie, I should be giving it like a 2.
Well, that's why I said I don't understand. I don't understand how you could possibly give that a 7. You have never seen you so worked up.
But it was like worked up in a good way. Like I have questions because
like
I like this movie.
Yeah.
I want to understand it.
All right, so I will tell you this: there's books on this. It's actually three parts. I haven't read it, of course, but I'm honestly thinking about it because I do like, although they didn't do it justice here, but like the story itself, I would be interested in probably reading it maybe, but just to see what the hell Clive Barker was thinking, like, you know.
If this is like an audiobook, because I don't really have time to read with watching the movies, doing notes, and then work.
Yeah.
I would definitely be down to purchase these and just listen to it and try to maybe understand it more that way.
Because it would probably make a lot more sense, like reading the book, because the way they did this, it probably like got cut from like all different kinds of shit.
Yeah, because I watched the unrated version. I watched the Clive Barker's director's cut type thing.
That's what I saw.
And it's
Yeah.
a half an hour longer than what came out in the theaters.
Yeah.
Which is usually unheard of because usually it's only like a couple of minutes because you get like a little extra gore, you get an extra long scream. Well, like I told you, Justin, when I first started watching this, there was that scene where she's singing that's in the unrated version that's not in the rated version. I was just expecting stupid shit like that, not a half an hour's worth of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Justin,
definitely.
give us that 2.5.
I feel like there was a lot of missing pieces in this, but I thought the score was incredible. Danny Elfman knocked it out. Like the creepy background music throughout it. I thought the score was so good. Visual aesthetics of Midian, friggin' love Midian. Special effects I loved. I actually really liked Boone and Laurie. Like I like those two characters a lot. Not my like I said, it was you gotta kind of suspend belief when you have these kind of movies, especially like this. So you can't like obviously it's not gonna be the greatest movie ever, but I give it a 6.2 out of 10, which is I'm definitely glad I saw it because like I said,
I think this outside of like bangers that we knew Waterboy picked, like we had seen before. I think this is your highest rated Waterboy watch.
Yeah.
I think
Especially,
yeah.
I mean, it's what from 1990. I love those 80s horror movies. I love like that's still like that 90s look. Like, is it my favorite ever? No, like the story was kind of confusing, but also like I love so many stupid 80s slashes and stuff that you just kind of have to suspend belief. I just wish I understood this a little bit more. And some of the weird Clive Barker is not my favorite in horror. Like some of his weird stuff, it just I know some people love that stuff so much, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
He's just not my favorite, but yeah, this movie, I think everyone should see this movie just for how cool it looks. And like Sean said, it's just a wild ride of insanity. So it even though I had no clue what was going on, I was like liking it. I'm like, I don't understand this.
Yeah, that's
I don't
the thing.
understand. I'm like, well, I didn't even understand the doctor, why he was killing. I didn't even understand his obsession. I had so many questions. But like, it was just a fun ride.
Is he a murderer? Is he like sadistic? Does he go around killing people and then make his patients think they actually are killers, and then he frames them so he can continue on doing this? But then there's that scene where he's like, I hunt these people. Like, is he part of some like underground supernatural fucking hunters force?
I mean, I was so confused.
That has been looking for the Nightbreed or like tries to destroy different. Who knows, dude?
Because it feels like when he calls Detective Joyce that he's like, hey, I found it. It's go time.
What do you got, Waterboy? What do you got for a rating? And I'm
gonna give this a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, it is confusing as shit. Like you will not really understand this movie, but for like what it does, it's weird. You don't understand it, but it still like draws you in and like puts you into this random weird story of like creatures versus humans, and you feel sympathy. Like it's crazy. It like pulls you all over the place, and I do like it for that. And I mean, you know, watching this when I was a kid and watching it now, I'd still watch it again for sure.
Yep, definitely. You heard it here, folks. Go watch Nightbreed. Let's go.
Definitely worth the watch. Like it just
any
that
fun
storyline is fucking everywhere. Yeah, fun facts, dude. I still don't know what the hell was going on.
Waterboy, you got any?
There's way too many.
Read them because maybe they will answer all these questions that I have.
They're not really any crazy fun facts. They're just like other little like things about Fox and all this other stuff that they cut.
Fox?
Yeah.
What does the fox say?
Bing, bing, bing. Or not, yeah. Yeah, there isn't really too many interesting fun facts, unfortunately.
Waterboy, I'm gonna fight you. You just told us there was a dozen.
I'm so confused too. Dude, I was just like waiting. He's like, "Oh, there's so many," and then he's
there's
like,
so many.
There are, but like for instance, that guy.
Are you gonna tell us or not? I have two.
Onaka's dog belonged to one of the assistant directors. That little dog there.
Thank you. That was nice. Thank you.
And Bobby sang "Johnny Get Angry" live. The short-lived.
Johnny Get Angry. Is that like a play on Johnny Be Good?
Yeah.
All right.
The short-lived Nightbreed comic was written by, among others, actor Nicholas Vance, who played the character of Kinski in the film.
Which one's Kinski? Is that Chinhead?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
The scene with the pickup truck crashing into Midian was done in a single take with a miniature for the pickup truck.
You could actually tell, dude, and I love that stop motion shit. There's a scene when they're like showing Midian and they have those clay animation features with like a big ass slug going through. Do you know what I'm talking about, Waterboy?
Well,
it's like a stop motion thing, and you can tell it's all miniatures inside of Midian when they have like the ropes and it looks like something out of from Hook, where the Lost Boys are like running around screaming like "Fly, Peter!"
Yep.
Yeah.
I love
Sorry.
that shit.
Sidetracked again.
Clive Barker does have a cameo in this, but he's unrecognizable and a cat-like monster mask.
With like big black eyes.
I
felt like that was a go-to for like, we don't know what we're gonna make you, so let's just put these 8 balls in your fucking eye sockets.
And you'll be perfect. And final film of Kenneth Nelson, which I'm not sure who Kenneth Nelson is, but
Good.
So I'm gonna look it up right now.
let me just type this in real quick.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Awesome facts.
By the way, there was this dude. And it was his final movie.
Yeah.
For anyone listening,
I can't tell you. I can't
you
tell
sound
you.
so professional right now.
My God.
I can't tell you what movies
You
this guy might have been in.
Maybe just like don't say that next time. Like just leave that out. Like
Don't worry. People don't get this far.
Oh
Don't
God.
kink shame me.
Oh God. Can I say like 3 words?
Yeah, only 3 though.
I don't know.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
there we go, perfect. That was fun fact.
That was 3 words.
Fun fact: Sean doesn't know.
Johnny doesn't know.
Dear God.
Johnny doesn't know that Nightbreed and me do it in Midian every Sunday.
I'm just gonna say 3 quick things so we can get the fuck out of here. All right. It was based on the novel Cabal by Clive Barker. I'm pretty sure Waterboy mentioned that. There was a 25-issue comic book series. The distributor and the financiers never understood the film, and they cut the story to
Whoa. You're going over your word count, bro.
You guys are the worst. My next one I thought was kind of, you know what? I didn't even get to finish that sentence. This is so unprofessional. You know what? I'm just not even going to go back and fix it. You know what? Fuck that. In the Bible, this one's a good one. Shut up. In the Bible, Midian was a land where Moses lived 40 years in self-imposed exile. How about that?
Oh shit!
That's actually a pretty cool fact. I'm glad we stopped talking for a second. I like that.
That was actually good.
Cool. And I got nothing else. Let's just talk about next week and end this for the love of God.
Well, it was
You're
really
just
good.
as bad as Waterboy.
Let's just
You
get
told
out of
us
here.
you had 3. You only did 2.
I did 2.5 because you guys interrupted me, and I never finished that sentence.
What are you talking about?
Let's just end this shit. What are we doing next week? Someone tell them, this is bad. It's a bad ending. We did so good.
We did. It was really good.
No, that's a great episode. I feel really great about this.
All right, Hack Stab Slash. It's that time to be the episode where we tell you what we're doing next week. And next week, it's right before St. Patrick's Day, so we're going to do a special that Justin had brought up that I'm going to cover, and it's Leprechaun. This has Jennifer Aniston's debut in Hollywood, and it is a fantastic one. So come join us. Come steal that fucking gold, and let's go over the rainbow.
Of gold.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm Hacky. That's Stabby. This dude down here losing his ever-loving mind with me.
Just Justin. Let's go.
We out.
Peace.